What is happening, everybody? Good to see you guys. So happy to be here. What's up, boo? Polly's Cracker in his house on the live stream. Brick Newton as well. You guys throwing out some boos. Hey, baby. I'm outside.
I'm outside.
Speaking of I'm outside. Yeah, I didn't bring that up. I wanted to share with you guys. Well, let me see if I could just bring it up now. So I talked last week. I mentioned that Mrs. Salmon is in the hospital, recovering from a torn rotator cuff surgery, and she's doing well. She's doing very well. She had pain for the first few days, first couple days. She's been in there a week now, and they've been able to raise her arm up yesterday, and it sounds like she's doing really good. I only get to see her in the hospital once a week. They have concerns about... Hold on a second here. I don't know if I'm competing with the charities or not. That's the charities, by the way. Official music of the Baked Salmon Network. I don't get to go see her in the hospital, except for once a week. Once a week she gets 15 minutes of visitation, and apparently it's about COVID. That's their concern, and whatever. So instead, what I do is every day at 5:15, I'll ride over to the hospital, and she's up on the 4th floor, and she'll come to the window of the day room, and we'll wave to each other and blow kisses and give hearts and well wishing, and that's what we do. So yesterday when I went by there, she wasn't at the window. She wasn't where she was supposed to be. No, I'm just kidding. But she wasn't at the window, and I waited for a little bit, and anyways, this is the message that I sent her. Is it worth sharing with you? I don't know. I thought it was funny. She doesn't know about Dupay. She understands that I have an interesting hobby. She doesn't know about Dupay. So I sent her this yesterday. I'm outside.
I'm outside.
And I just thought I'd share that with you guys since you guys get it. You get it. So anyways, that's what's happening. Sometimes TCAP and Handsome versus Predator sneaks its way into your day-to-day life. Monkey Famile, how are you? Hey, Salmon love you. Hey, I love you too. I'm so happy you're here. Ryan Maxwell's wondering, did Dell whack her posse on the banister? George from down the hall, good to see you again. What's up, Tex? Good to see you as well. Matt is here. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Matt. St. Michael's TCAP channel. Everyone praise. St. Michael is here. St. Michael, the original saint of the TCAP community. Bless you and thank you for being here. Ryan Maxwell saying, Happy Father's Day, Salmon. Is it Father's Day? Is it Father's Day? It is. I don't know. If it's Father's Day, well, I better get a call from the guitarist for the charities. That's all I'm saying. I'll have to look him up after the stream, see what he's doing. Maybe I'll just call him and say, hey, what's going on? See if he remembers. Shoddy Bay, says Polly's Cracker. Shoddy Bay.
OMG.
Look, oh my God.
Awesome band. Check them out, says Brick Newton. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Chuckalooks, well wishes for Mrs. Salmon. Thank you for that, Chuckalooks. Chuckalooks, my best friend and savior this week. I'm preparing the next edition of the Big Salmon Overdue Analysis series, and I'm doing Long Beach Part 1. And there was an item pulled from one of the Predators, and I'm like, what the heck is this? So I posted it on the Big Salmon Discord, and Chuckalooks wisely said, why don't you post that on Reddit? What is this thing? Because I couldn't figure it out. Whoa. And apparently I couldn't figure out how to post it either because it wasn't working for me. So anyways, long story short, Chuckalooks posted it, and I think we got a definitive answer for what was that thing. And I'll be talking about that in the overdue analysis, which is pretty close to being done. I'm still writing the script, and then, of course, I got to record it. But all the little bits and pieces that go into making it are now in order. So and thank you for the DDAI bot for helping me throughout that process. Ask Mr. Science, good to see you. Amy Ramirez, hey baby. Do I have that on here? Do I not have hey baby? Oh, there it is. I just played it. You moron.
I just felt my butt.
I think. Who else is here? Ask Mr. Science says good squirrel feeding weather in Sioux Falls. Nice. I have good dove feeding weather out here. I just fed the doves this morning. Did you know that doves like whole kernels of uncooked corn? We have a seed mixture, and that's the only thing that they eat out of it. I mean, doves are so small, but they're just chowing down on those big pieces of corn. Chuck Luke says, it was fun, looking forward to it. Yeah, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. So, you guys, you're probably wondering what we're going to be talking about today, with my reference to Del Harvey.
Hello,
and
Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
Speed recovery for Mrs. Salmon Rose Kiss Smiley.
Thank you for that. You know what? She may or may not be in the audience right now. If she is, from her hotel bed, hopefully she says something in the chat. I do get to go see her today. One of my stepsons and I will, because it's been a week, so she gets her 15 minutes of visitors in the hospital. So thank you for that, Amy Ramirez. I will let her know that you are in her thoughts, and that was very kind of you. In fact, she requested a latte from Starbucks, and you have just now purchased a latte for Mrs. Salmon from Starbucks. So thank you for that. I'll let her know. Amy Ramirez is to be thanked for that. So maybe she'll go into the comments under the video once this is up, if she's not here already. Brick Newton says, beautiful sunny winter's day in the greenhouse working. What are you growing there, Brick, huh? What are you growing?
I thought you had blonde hair.
I guess not. Did you dye it yourself? Matt says, LOL, it says I won 100,000 BakeCoins, but I actually won 25. Uh-oh. You hear that, Dee Dee? I think maybe our BakeCoin system has been compromised again. Again, we don't want a repeat of what happened the last time that happened. People lost their ass on BakeCoin. We had to reset the whole process. I think a couple people were actually hurt by that, and I've been very apologetic for that. But you know what? Sometimes the bottom falls out of the market. You know what I mean? So what else we got here? Who else we got here, I should say. Let's take a look. Cat G is here. Cat G, what is up? Is Mrs. Salmon sick? She had a torn rotator cuff, and they've gone in and they cut 5 holes around her shoulder so that they could go in and do repair work without leaving a giant gash. So don't take my BakeCoin, says Cat G. Let's see. Polly's Cracker says BakeCoin has had that glitch for months. Uh-oh. Whoops. Well, I don't want to reset it. I don't want to take anyone's BakeCoin. That's the last thing I want to do. In fact, I'm here to tell you, if the bottom falls out of the BakeCoin market, we'll just roll with it. It is what it is, all right? The last time we had an issue with the gambling, people were given like 1 billion coins. And it's just like it just watered down the whole thing because, soon everybody had hundreds of millions of coin. And it was like, let's just restart this. And then, in hindsight, some people were really, didn't take kindly to it anyways. Brick Newton, hey, Cat G, good to see you. Hope everything's going well. Absolutely. Cat G, we love seeing you here. And Cat G says, sending prayers for a speedy recovery for Mrs. Salmon. Thank you for that. And who else did I see here? Printo316. Hope you're doing fine. I hope you are doing fine. We are doing great over here. Mrs. Salmon's recovering fantastically. And again, we get to go see her today. So thank you, Amy Ramirez, for purchasing for Mrs. Salmon a nice latte. I think she's going to be delighted. Although I don't think that she's too upset about her hospital food. She sends me pictures of it every day, and it actually looks pretty good. So there you have it, folks. If you guys are are ready to get started, what we're going to do is we're going to go look at something from Mike Pence's channel. And it's something I talked about last week. You guys will remember. And we're just going to go over the entire thing because I think it's worth doing so. It's footage from old school Perverted Justice, including Xavier getting in someone's face that got into his face, Dell on The View, among other things, and previous Perverted Justice stings before they were world famous on To Catch a Predator. So, if you guys are ready, let's get this started. You gotta love Slappy the Monkey, you know? Gotta love him. Printo, not gonna lie, I always thought Dell looked fine. You know what? I mentioned it in one of my reviews. I think there's at least one scene where she looked really, really adorable. Absolutely. She's a good-looking gal. Good-looking gal. There's also images of her that look horrendous. And it's like, ooh, bad camera day for Dell. But, yeah, I'll give that to you. Lucky Bagay. Oh, I'm a lucky Bagay to have you here. Hello, everybody. Good to see you. Janine's here. Hey, precious. Hey, baby. All right, let's get started, folks. This is the Perverted Justice compilation. The DDAI bot has put a link to Mike Pence's channel. We want to give him a shout out. Give him the props he deserves. Mike Pence has been a long-time TCAP, is longer than I have been. I know that much. So let's give props where props are due. And this is directly off of his channel compilation that he made. You know, let's just get right into it. We're going to see how this goes. Rarely do I do an analysis on stream, but let's just talk about what we see. Say what you see, Salmon. Here we go. Now, I don't know the what led up to this, but this is Xavier, who is Xavier is wearing the backwards cap. It looks like Kevin Smith doing his best Kevin Smith impersonation. There's a link to the actual Perverted Justice compilation, thanks to the AI bot. Bless you for that. Thank you for putting that in there. So if you guys like to go back over this and watch it on your own, feel free. Subscribe to Mike Pence's channel. He is criminally undersubscribed. I could say that much for a guy that's been around doing what he does for the TCAP community. There you go. So what we're seeing here is a journalist from a local TV news station approaching Kevin Smith, Xavier, at some sort of a Perverted Justice meet and greet or presentation of some sort, and Xavier doesn't really handle it that well. Let's take a look at it.
What if I want to tape your presentation?
Well, you need to talk to
I have already. I have their permission to do that.
Well, don't give him my face.
I beg your pardon. I think you were getting in my face.
No, actually, you walked up to me, son. And you walked up to me.
You walked up to me, son. Okay, attitude. See, again, I don't know what led up to this. I don't know how well deserved it is for him to berate this old dude. The guy probably deserved it. Whatever led up to this, he probably deserved it. But it escalates from here, basically.
I know you think
I beg your pardon. Am I your son?
You are acting like one. I know you're old, and you don't have much life left. And you have
Did you catch that? I know you're old, and you don't have much life left. It's like, what a dick. I mean, I'm not sure, again, what led up to this, but he's being so defensive and offensive, I guess you could say. Overtly offensive. I know you're old, and you don't have much life left. All right, let's go.
So when you walk up to me and get in my face and tell me I'm getting in your face, then we have a problem. So I'll be right back. You hold
You're
tight.
touching me, you know.
You spit in my face.
Why do that? Don't touch him. Don't touch his collar, man. And hey, let me just get that. Yeah. Hey, you spit in my face, all right? All right. I know you're old. You don't have much light. Let me just hold on a sec. I'll be right back.
I did.
Yeah, you did. Please keep your dribble to yourself. Be right back. My goodness.
My goodness. Oh, who was that? Who is that in the audience? Is that Gilligan?
Be right back. My goodness.
Hey, who is that? I don't have a last name. Wow, you weren't kidding when you said you had a big meet and greet. That's a cool shirt. I would wear that shirt. I'm not gonna lie.
Goodness indeed. You really have a problem, don't you?
Well, no, you have a problem. You've been indiscreet.
Anybody who doesn't agree with you.
Oh, I thought he was gonna touch him on the back. Don't do that.
First off, you're trying to be disruptive. You're trying to be mean. Okay? If you want to be a journalist, yes, journalistic questions. Don't walk up to me and go, you're getting in my face. Don't walk up to me and tell me I'm getting in your face.
You know, we have it all on camera, so we'll see what.
You can have your camera all day long.
We'll see what.
I'm
we'll
sure
see
you'll
what I
edit it the way you want to edit it. I'm sure you'll do your little thing. And that's why you're a local reporter.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about that. I'm sure you'll edit it the way you want to edit. Come on, Xavier, are you going to tell me that Perverted Justice never edited things that they wanted them to be edited? Come on now. If anybody knows about it, it's going to be Xavier, right? I do wish we knew what led up to this.
Actually, that's why you've been in this business. How many years? How many years you been a reporter?
35.
35. And where do you work?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. And you work for a local affiliate, right?
Correct.
Do you ever ask yourself why you work for a local affiliate, Byron?
Yes.
Yeah.
I worked there because I want to be there.
Oh, you've had all these opportunities to move up and you've turned them down.
No, I actually work for the network.
Oh, you work for
Yeah,
them?
I work for ABC.
You work for ABC. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why you're doing the reporting you're doing, aren't you?
Okay, let's talk about that. First of all, Xavier is coming across as a real dickhead. And, I think he is a dickhead. I think that he is probably a piece of shit overall. I don't think... I think he is kind of the equivalent of, the modern day amateur, predator hunters. Kind of a, what's that guy's name? Chet something or other. Chet Weinstein or whatever. Chet Rosen. Is that his name? Whatever. The fuck, what are they called? Predator posse or something. I can't think of what they're called. Anyways, he mentions ABC. Let's get off of Xavier, all right, for a minute. He mentions ABC, and absolutely, ABC and CBS were gunning for NBC, and so I wonder if this is in relation to like early To Catch a Predator. And so ABC is going after, let's see if we could do a story about Perverted Justice and put them in a bad light. That would totally make sense. And, one day, maybe next week, we'll go over what were the other networks saying about To Catch a Predator back in those days. So for those of you who hadn't read that stuff, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. And then, a lot of decent points are brought up, but it also comes across as a little bit of jealousy. Like, it's like politics. It's like politics, I won't use specifics because I don't want that conversation in the chat. But that when you got one side versus the other, and if one side is doing better, that the side that's doing less well is going to dig up dirt and try to find every possible gaffe and flaw in the other side's, method of, what do you call it? Modus operandi. And so I could see that. If this could very easily be at a time when To Catch a Predator was taking off and ABC, or a local affiliate, as he calls them, is going to do a story about, they're in our town, let's go talk to them, and we'll make it look bad. I could see that happening. So I'm not sure. I don't know the dates behind when these different clips are, but they're certainly early in TCAP, if not pre-TCAP, in many of these. Let's check some more out.
No.
Yeah. Excuse me. He's been trying to harass me. He got up in my face and said, "Get out of my face." He basically spit in my face, and he's been trying to disrupt the conference we're doing. So if you could please escort.
Like that.
And he's.
That's classic. Check out dude's face here. He's like, because he knows I didn't spit in your face, dude. Yeah, basically, spit in my face. I mean, did a fleck arc up out of his mouth and land on Kevin Smith Xavier's face? Probably, but he didn't. Hey, basically, he spit in my face, and then But is he trying to raise a? Is he trying to create a disturbance? I believe that. I bet Xavier here is trying to do whatever he's doing, a exposition or a meet and greet with folks at a hotel, and this guy's trying to do some, what do you call it, ambush journalism. I believe that. So whose side am I on? I'm kind of not on either. I like both of them kind of looking like dicks.
By trying to disrupt the conference we're doing. So if you could please escort him.
I didn't do that.
Well, we would like you to leave, though, because we do not want our speaker to be uncomfortable in this situation.
Well, Dave Kaplan
Yes.
said I could be here.
Yes, yes.
Wait a minute. Did he just say Gabe Kaplan said I could be here? Welcome back, bow. Your dreams were your ticket out. Let's see if he said Gabe Kaplan.
Well, in this
Well, Dave
Oh,
Kaplan
Yes.
said I
Dave.
could
Sorry,
be
my bad.
Yes, yes.
Welcome
So
back.
like Dave Kaplan involved here.
Yeah, why don't you go
Why don't we
do
go after the show floor
it?
together?
Well, let's just stay.
Kata, says Ramiro-san.
Captain, why you've been trying to harass me and got in my face and insulted me. You can do that.
Yeah, because we really
Yeah,
do
you can
want
do
this
that,
to be a
Bob.
positive experience
Okay.
for everyone. So.
Thank you very much.
I will.
And you can email anytime you want, and we'll be glad to.
Hey, well, let me give you my card because I sure would like to have a conversation.
Well, I already have your email address, so it's fine.
Well, I'd like to have a phone conversation with Frag.
Here we got here, Ryan Maxwell, a member for 26 months. Oh, Mr. Kato. Mr. Kato. I got to watch some of that. Hey, AI bot, remind me to binge some Welcome Back Cotter. That's a great show, man. If for nothing else, that song, man, that theme song is one of the greatest theme songs on in TV history. That's my personal opinion. Welcome back. All right, let's keep going.
And Dell, they're the people I really came to talk to. Not
Well, that's too bad.
Oh, dude, did he just say? I actually Frag and Dell. That's who I really came to talk to. And then he says, "Oh, that's too bad."
Frag and Dell, they're the people I really came to talk to. Not
Well, that's too bad.
Sorry, Xavier. Sorry. Sorry. If you could just pass it on to Dell and Frag, that's who I really came to talk to. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. That fucking hit him right in the fucking ego.
Why?
Because that's up to them. Don't ask me for them to talk.
You wouldn't give them my business card with
I'm
my phone number on?
really busy. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Is he coming down? Yeah. Okay.
Come down, Dave.
Okay, Dave will be here for a moment. So if you could show.
What's he look like here? What's he look like? Chuckalooks, a member. Hey, welcome, Chuckalooks. Bless you for being here, my dear, and thanks for becoming a member of the Minnow Mob. Ramiro-san says, trolling a troll master level 1000. Totally. Hey, thank you, Chuckalooks, for sponsoring the channel. Bless you. Didn't realize my membership lapsed. Well, I'm so happy to have you again. And I bet you, let's see, you have the monkey badge, so I don't think that it knocked you back to 0. Ramiro-san, look at your badge. Ramiro-san's got the Pepe badge like Cat G and the AI bot. Hey Boo is here. Baked salmon, been in it. What's up, Hey Boo? Look at that. We started the stream with a Hey Boo, and now we got a Hey Boo in here. Now, what is Xavier looking like? Anybody got a suggestion on what he's resembling? He looks like he's got those fucking, what were those baggy ass pants in the was it the 90s or the early 2000s? What were those things called? think it started with a J. Somebody in this chat knows. Xavier's Wardrobe by Goodwill. Yeah, thank you. Silent Bob waiting for Jay. There you go. Ryan Maxwell, you called it. That's a good one, man. He looks like a 90s school shooter, says Printo. Oof. I think you're probably right. Junko. That's it. Junkos, man. Trap Pants, says Hey Boo. Chatterbait Billy's here. What's up? He looks like a middle school skater. He does, man. Timothy Collins, what is up, brother? Timothy Collins given a membership by our good friend Brick Newton. Thank you for that, Brick. Bless you for that. Timothy Collins, there you go, bro. Good to have you here. Wait, is that Honest? Is Honest here? Hold on. Stop the presses. Honest, is that really you? Honest. Yeah, I was in your neck of the woods recently, and you came to mind. You came to mind. I swear to God. There was a moment there when I thought, I think Honest lives in this part of the world. So, good to see you, and thank you for being here. Bless you. It's been more than a minute. It's been at least 2 minutes. I'll give you that much. Maybe I should give you one of these. Good to see you. Bless you, and thank you for being here. Honest, everyone. Everyone, can we give a $5 to Honest? Who can throw up a $5 for Honest? Just, Honest is also OG. Honest was around when I started my Discord, when I restarted my channel after getting it taken down. There we go. Chuckalooks is throwing up some $5 and bent cashews. I think Honest was around when I found the bent cashew. To be honest, just being honest. All right, Honest, thank you for being here. Bless you. It has been a minute. Mantis Toboggan here as well. All right, we got Xavier over here in his Junkos. You know what? He looks like a middle school skater. Somebody said he looks like an early 2000s rollerblader. Is what he's reminding me of. There you go. All right, there we go. $5 and bent cashews for Honest. Bless you for that. Mantis Toboggan, a $5 in spirit. Well, you got it, man.
Shut off
Thank
the
you for
camera.
that.
We'll wait for Dave to arrive, and we can discuss this with Dave.
Yeah. You pretty much have the idea of what he was doing in
Yes.
there? Okay,
Yes.
thank you very much. So you can
Yeah.
hear me? Good.
Yes. So we'll let the other people in. We just want to shut the door for
No
you.
doubt.
Okay.
I have my tripod in there. So.
Feel free to go get the tripod, please. Yeah.
Oh, there goes Gilligan. Gilligan working his way back in. I see that green and white, or that green and green striped shirt.
Yeah, we can roll the tape back. We have videotaped the whole thing. You want to see what happens? I didn't spin this face. I didn't. This is a 27-year-old kid with a job.
You know what? It's not even worth arguing at this point. Leave it alone. We can roll the tape back if you want. Now that sounds pretty amateurish. As a professional journal, I have been in television for 35 years or whatever he said. What are you going to do? You're going to argue your way back into the event? Just leave it alone. Take your smirky ass with your footage and, bail. Get out of there. Like, I can roll the tape back if you want. That sounds really amateurish, in my opinion. In my humble opinion. Oh, my.
What?
Oops. Come on.
Do you like having sex
Wait a
with
minute.
14-year-old girls?
What? Do you like what?
Do you like having sex with 14-year-old girls?
They could be your next-door neighbors.
Do you like 14-year-old girls like that?
Average guys.
You told Cindy you wanted her to
You could be standing in line next to him at the dry cleaners.
shower and shave before you got here.
With tastes that are anything but.
Did he say shit, shower, and shave? There's no way, right?
Cindy, you wanted her to shower and shave before...
Oh, he wanted her to shower and shave. They all want that, don't they? So I don't know which channel this is, which network this is, how early it is, but I believe that it was before To Catch a Predator, if I'm remembering, because I do remember seeing this footage years ago, but certainly after I saw TCAP. But Ask Mr. Science says that Xavier doesn't even bother with the small pizza. He does not. He does not.
Before you got here.
With tastes that are anything but.
You wanted Cindy, the 13-year-old, waiting for you naked when you walked in?
And with plenty of excuses, as you'll find in a minute.
Oh, look at they're going for that what do they call it? The vaporwave.
Waiting for you naked.
The editing style here
With plenty of
with the
excuses.
purples and the teals.
Sam, who you
So that's kind of interesting because, you know, Perverted Justice always used that vaporwave, purplish cyberpunk hue. And if this is pre To Catch a Predator, you might have an argument that To Catch a Predator copied these guys, right?
looking for?
I'm not really sure.
You came for Dee Dee, didn't you? No.
You came for Dee. He came for the Dee AI bot. Sorry, Dee, you've been exposed. Mike Dest, hey, yo, bro, I'm here for Dell stuff. I got a lack of judgment. Good to see you, man. Good to have you here. Captain Pie is here as well. All right, here we go. They came for the DD AI bot. Crusader Mike, can someone please explain what we're watching? I'll give it to you right now, brother. My brother. My actual brother. What we're watching here is the expose of Dell's massively unkept Zorch. No, I'm just kidding. This is old footage from the Mike Pence channel. AI bot, could you once again post... Oh, you already did. I see it right there. There's a link in the chat. This is a Perverted Justice compilation on Mike Pence's channel. And what we're watching is Perverted Justice before TCAP and during early TCAP and then after TCAP. It's basically a 41-minute compilation that Mike Pence put together. And subscribe to Mike Pence's channel. Stitched together mini clips of Perverted Justice and Dell's posse. We'll see Dell here in a minute on The View, for example. And then this footage here, I think, is a affiliate station working with Perverted Justice, possibly before To Catch a Predator. I think so.
Oh, and in a few hours, we managed to find a handful of Atlanta area men looking to have sex with 13 or 14-year-old girls. So how'd we do it? Through the website
Look at that. Look at the font there. I mean, this is basically, excuse me, this is basically how their website ended up. Over there on the right-hand side, you see, like this guy, it says under his photo. What you doing, puffing a cigarette? Yeah, that's how you score your preteen girlfriend. Show her you puffing a cig. But look at the website again here.
14-year-old girls. So how'd we do it? Through the
Right there, the font. I think that the P and the J are like Broadway or something like that. It's it's like a 1920s avant-garde font or something, and then the Perverted Justice is like impact bold.
Hello, Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
I was in Texas the other week, all right? I tripped and landed on me knees in a puddle. The initials are WH. All
right. Before we get back to this, let's talk about Ramiro-san. Anybody want to take a guess? It's a musical band or artist. He's giving a cryptic clue. And he says, I was in Texas the other week, all right? I tripped and landed on my knees in a puddle. The initials are WH or WH. Anybody want to guess which band or artist? All right, I'm gonna get back to the video, but I want to see AI bot. Let me know if anybody nails it in the chat. Thank you for that, Ramiro-san. Bless you for the support. All right, let's get back to it. While you guys also work on which band or artist. Play a record. All right, let's just play a record. Oh, Chuckaluke says, I just noticed your Asbury Brad hat. Sent to me by Asbury Brad, actually. He sent that to me in Japan, of all things. I mean, it's not cheap to send stuff to Japan or to America from Japan, vice versa. King Gizzard and the Lizard. Steve Diabo. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard is not the correct answer. Jameson says, next we should watch that Daily Show bit, You Jacking It, where a news reporter hounds some teenager who was caught in a library. Oh, I'm going to have to look for that. That's pretty... You Jacking It. Here we go, folks. Let's get back to it. I'm done bashing Perverted Justice's awful website design. But you know what? They weren't there to create websites. They were there to catch perverts. So here we go.
website, pervertedjustice.com.
Wait. What's this?
girls. So how do we do it? Through the website pervertedjustice.com.
Ah!
A controversial
I wanted to see what it said right there. Facts and flavors, I don't know. But you can see there too, like the menu bar across the screen here. Archives, forum, staff, mission, FAQs, support information, contact. I think that's all still on the on the archived Perverted Justice website, but much cleaner. I mean, just to have the menu bar like that is just really tacky. And then all these boxes around everything, like, you know, that's something you know, an amateur was using a template to make the website and didn't know how to make the boxes disappear. Like, the boxes are, you know, you can put stuff here, here, and here, and then you delete the boxes. Anyways, why am I bashing them on their website design? You know why? Because I'm a recovering graphic artist.
vigilante cyber patrol made up entirely of volunteers.
Why, babe? Who is he? This is Georgia Man 24 talking to Silly Cindy. Why, babe? Why what? I'm being dumb. Lol. Oh, okay. So what do you do in Atlanta? Go to school. Oh, really? Yeah.
Posing in online chat rooms as under.
What do you look like? Profile. Yum. Lol, thanks.
Girls and boys just waiting.
You don't look 14. Oof. If you have to say that to your girlfriend. Well, I was going to say it's time to break up, but it's probably already gone too far. Oh, who's this? Vivek Ramaswamy doing an interview here? No, it's
Hello,
not.
Kayla.
Hey, Kayla.
It is hitting that dry one Wu-Tang style.
I don't have any way to share that reference. Let me show y'all how to hit that shit Wu-Tang style. Thank you. Polly's Cracker. That will never not be funny. Did anybody know what we're talking about? Let me show you how to hit that shit Wu-Tang style. It's funny shit. Trust me. If you don't know, it's funny shit. All right. Vivek Ramaswamy interviewing a predator.
For men like Ricky.
Do you wish you hadn't done all this now?
Do you wish you hadn't done all this now? That's the kind of thing that you ask a guy with a huge face tattoo. Were you bummed after you got the face tattoo? Did you have second thoughts about it? Do you wish you hadn't done this now?
We first met him at his Hateville home last November.
Hateville? What? We first met him at his Hateville home.
All this now?
We first met him at his Hateville home last November.
Wow, is that a place? Hateville?
Week after he asked a 14-year-old he thought he was chatting with to have her tubes tied so she would be his girlfriend.
Dude, okay. There's guys that ask the decoys for gas money, right? I mean, some say, you know, get a ride to such and such a place, I'll meet you there. But, you know, they're not only teenagers, they're young teenagers, right? They don't have driver's licenses. And then you got the guys, you know, you got your poppies that don't even bring food for the decoys, or you got your Lauren Armstrongs, right? But rare is the predator that asks the girl to get her tubes tied, her 14-year-old tubes tied, so that she can be his girlfriend. That's next level. That's definitely next level.
His wife didn't like that at all.
You got mother.
But Ricky wasn't.
This is like the you guys ever watch the Predators in like in London, or, you know, places around England? The guys that go into the houses, and those guys are usually pretty burly mothers, right? They're like soccer hooligans. When it's off season, so there's no soccer games to go riot at, so they become predator hunters in England, and they go into the houses, and then they bring like the entire family out. Okay, where's your kids? Let's get your mom in here, or, you know, is your aunt and uncle here? They expose them, you know, in front of the whole family. It's not like they're in a dark, you know, a parking structure somewhere exposing somebody. But that's just Vivek over here bringing the wife into the picture. I wonder how he got into the house. I wonder he got invited into the house. All right, let's keep going.
Talking to a 14-year-old girl in Atlanta. At the other end of the keyboard was a 38-year-old Los Angeles area man.
It's just really disgusting. I mean, when you really think about the fact that they really are.
Tell me that's not frag, right? So this has to be pre-TCAP. Clearly that's frag, right? And frag, who else would be a spokesperson for Perverted Justice if it's not going to be Xavier, right? It's going to be frag or possibly Dell. This may even be pre-Dell. I don't know. We'll see. Polly's Cracker put a link to the Wu-Tang into the chat if anybody wants to see how to Wu-Tang that shit. Did anybody guess the cryptic clue? Let me see if anybody guessed the cryptic clue from Ramiro-san. All right. Let's read it out once again. I was in Texas the other week, all right? I tripped and landed on my knees in a puddle. The initials are WH. WH. I don't think anybody guessed it. I'll give it to you. It's Wet Knee Houston. Wet Knee Houston. Ramiro-san, bless you for bringing back the Bake Busters, the Rock Busters. That was original Rockbuster right there. Thank you for that. Ramiro-san, you're welcome to bring in a Rockbuster any stream. I happen to love them. All right. Derek Jones says, oh, shizzle, I caught a baked salmon live. Derek, are you ex-Derek? Well, it's good to have you here, my friend. Glad you're here. All right, let's keep going. Wet Knee Houston, by the way. I'm really disappointed in you guys that nobody guessed it. All right, let's go.
Think they're talking to a child.
One of a number of Perverted Justice volunteers. CBS 46 is the...
Yeah, sorry. When is your birthday? I almost thought it was when is your period. Yeah, sorry, when is your period? Soon. Cool. 15 is a nice age. Yeah.
Only Atlanta station to sit alongside a member of this cyber patrol as he helps us demonstrate just how...
Wait, did you say who they're from?
Alongside a member of this cyber patrol. CBS 46 is the only Atlanta station to
CBS.
sit alongside a member of this cyber patrol as he helps us demonstrate just how quickly and easily an online pedophile...
Okay, so this is... They're saying CBS 46 is the only news station, presumably... Let's see, let me hear it again. To be permitted to sit alongside this cyber patrol?
CBS 46 is the only Atlanta station to sit alongside
Atlanta
a member
station.
of this cyber
Okay.
patrol as he helps us demonstrate just how quickly and easily an online pedophile could track down and...
Oh, really? Yeah, lol. So, you got a boyfriend? Nah, you got a girlfriend?
meet a teenager in Atlanta.
For the cities that I've worked, Atlanta is one of the worst. Quickest I've ever gotten one out of Atlanta to come probably within 20 minutes, half hour.
Shout out Atlanta. Frag says you're one of the worst, by the way.
They have been online, said they wanted to meet, picking up beer and condoms, and they're over at the house or the Roswell police station or wherever I choose to send them.
And today,
Okay, did you catch that? He suggests that he sends them to the directly. He gives the address to the Roswell Police Department.
Condoms, and they're over at the house or the Roswell police station or wherever I choose to send them.
Wherever I choose to send them. Fox Mulder, welcome. Good to see you in the chat. Fox Mulder with a joke. I used to date a woman with a lazy eye, but we broke up. She was seeing someone on the side. That reminds me of she's the one I wanna, she's my one I love. Whoever that comedian is. She's my Sammy Davis, my Sandy Dumpkin, my pop-eyed pumpkin. Good joke, Fox Mulder. I like it. Good joke. Silly Cindy, 1989. This is like... It would be so easy, being a fan of TCAP, it would be so easy if you were in an adult chat room and Perverted Justice was in there trying to, snare people. You'd easily be able to pick them out, man. Silly Cindy, 1989. You'd know exactly who not to chat with. Single female occupation, student, duh, I'm 14. man. So here we go. Silly Cindy, 1989 birth date, right? Student I'm 14. So this would put this episode, help me do the math here. 14 years, 2003? 2003, right? Yeah. This is, from 2003, presumably.
And today, he chose to send them to us. He began in Los Angeles at 6 a.m. on a Monday morning, posing as 14-year-old Atlanta resident Cindy, while another perverted justice volunteer.
Look at Ram. This guy's screen name is Ram6969 2003. There you go. Brand new screen name for this guy, Ram6969 2003. See you soon. See ya. Can't wait. My heart is racing, Cindy. Smiley face.
Here becomes 13-year-old Dee Dee. Meanwhile,
Dee Dee.
in Atlanta,
Is Dee Dee a shortened form of Cindy? Is that possible? I bet it is, huh? I bet it is. Car Ramrod. That's right.
noon, we were busy preparing a rented house. Cindy, or 13-year-old Dee Dee, would tell the men they lived in. We covered the front window and waited. By 2:15 that same day, Gerald arrived from Alpharetta.
You here to see Cindy?
No.
Why is he laughing right away? Oh man, that's what's that? Self-preservation. Self-preservation when you're like, oh, I better shift into innocent mode.
Gerald arrived from Alpharetta.
You here to see Cindy?
No.
Thinking he's going to meet Cindy.
Over here. Why'd you come over here?
Oh, God.
Do you like 14-year-old girls like that? You told Cindy you wanted her to shower and shave before you got here. So do you like to have sex with 14-year-old girls?
Then at 4, Rick showed up, quick to deny he was there to meet 14-year-old Cindy.
Hey, Rick, you're here to see Cindy, huh?
No.
Who are you here for?
No.
You're here to have
No.
sex with a 14-year-old girl named Cindy.
Yeah, right.
Well, no, why'd you come here? You wanted to come what? Do you like 14-year-old girls?
Before leaving,
No.
Rick then stopped to open his car door again and explain this misunderstanding.
Do you like having sex with 14-year-old girls?
Sex with 14-year-old girls.
I don't have sex with 14-year-old. I got all kinds of girls. I got all kinds of women. The chick was role playing, dude. I got 2 words for you. Role playing, chat room, dude. Timothy Collins, do you guys remember the dude twirling his umbrella in an early episode? Do you mean the guy that's running down the street trying to shield himself from the car overtaking him as he runs across the bridge? Good to see you, Timothy. Timothy Collins, by the way, such a good friend of the family. He hosted me for 2 days while I was up there in the PNW. So bless you for that, Timothy. Great to see you, and nice to have you here right now as well. I do remember that. I always wondered about that. If you guys don't know what he's talking about, and I don't remember which city the sting was in. I think it might have been an early one. It probably wasn't one of the first 2, but clearly it was one. It might have been Riverside. Was Riverside the 3rd sting? Because it was pre-cops. They didn't have the cops there. And this guy's running down the street, running across the bridge, like opening his umbrella to shield the cameras. But I always wondered about that. Like, why was there a NBC car chasing somebody down the street with their camera? Like, I could see Chris Hansen in the passenger seat, and they got the camera guy in the back seat on the passenger side. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculous looking. I think it's the guy that goes flailing down the driveway as well. All right, let's keep going.
Well, who are you here to meet then?
I just wanted to come tell her I didn't want to do this.
Why'd you tell
I just came to tell her I didn't want to do this. Yeah, I just came to tell her I wasn't going to be able to come to tell her anything.
about it so explicitly online then?
Sam showed up at 4:30 and was a bit more aggressive online, asking who he thought was a 13-year-old to wait for him on the couch naked, saying he just wanted to walk in.
Oh, is that the guy from Madman? What was that dude's name?
We left the door
Or was that
unlocked.
Vivek again? Vivek Madman, whatever that guy's name is. Ryan Maxwell, what's the guy's name from Madman? That's what he's reminding me of there.
To wait for him on the couch naked.
He's doing the reverse John Kennelly, like asking the decoy to wait for him naked on the couch instead of when you get here, go to the garage and take your clothes off. What was this? Timothy Collins. The way you sang that reminded me of Voodoo Child, Slight Return. I don't know that one. You mean she's the one-eyed, she's my one-eyed love? Oh, I almost had it. That guy's name is Haywood Banks. Haywood Banks does one-eyed love. All right. Voodoo Child.
Door unlocked, and sure enough,
Hey, you're looking for
John
Sam,
Hamm.
aren't you?
Thank you, Chatterbait
Sam
Billy.
walked right in, but he couldn't
Doesn't he have a
recall
John
what
Hamm
was
thing going?
Sam, who are you looking for?
I'm not really sure.
You wanted Cindy, the 13-year-old, waiting for you naked when you walked in?
No, not me. Sorry.
Why did you stop by here?
John Hamm. He's got the John Hamm going on.
Yeah, you're the guy that's trying to have sex with a 13-year-old girl named Cindy. You wanted her to be naked with you.
You wanted her to be naked. I thought he was there for a boy. I thought they said he was there for a boy. But anyways, Jameson says, remember Jeff Stacy wanted the decoy to be naked when he showed up. That's right. With your legs wide open and I'll you right away. That's right. You're right, man. I forgot about Stacy. How could I forget about Jeff Stacy? Nobody forgets about Jeff Stacy. Hamaconda says, hey, Rod effing seriously, good to see ya. That's a Chat Jippity name if I ever heard one. What? Chat Jippity?
When you showed up.
Yeah, Steve Diabo. What's wrong with that? It's a question.
Do you like having sex with 13-year-olds?
He then peeled out, even hitting a fence with his truck.
Oh,
before speeding off.
he tagged the fence. He tagged the fence. That's always a good move. That's always a good move when you're tearing away from the house where you're trying to be predacious.
Finally, that night at 7:30, 23-year-old Rich came all the way.
Oh, is he a Packers fan? Is that G used for anything else other than Packers?
23-year-old.
Or is that just a generic sports G? It's looking Packers-ish to me.
Rich came all the way from Athens to meet 13-year-old Dee Dee.
We'll walk.
Came all the way from Athens. Steve Diaba says, I ask everybody that. Georgia College, says Random Mitch. Okay, Georgia Bulldogs. Okay. Hey, you know what? True story time here. When I was a graphic artist, I worked for a flag and banner place that one of their huge customers, not one of, they had many huge customers. All right. We did NBA, we did NFL, and we did some of the universities. And I was one of my first jobs for this company was to create a Bulldogs banner the size of the field. Okay, not in length, but the Bulldog logo in a circle that was as tall as the field is wide. A huge banner. And I did that by taking an image of the logo, creating a grid on it, and then drawing each of, so what was 2 inches by 2 inches on my image or whatever had to become like, 15 feet by 15 feet on the paper pattern that the sewing department had to use. And it came out fantastic. I was like 20 years old and I'm like, oh my God, can I do this? And anymore, you could scan that and use a plotter to, print it out onto paper patterns. But back then it was all done by hand. And it came out great. And I have a photo of it somewhere. And one day I'll share it to prove that my story is accurate. I drew the Bulldogs logo the size of the field. So there you go. Story time over.
With you because you parked down the street. You came here to have sex with a 13-year-old girl. You came all the way from...
Did he wet himself?
Athens, sex with a 13-year-old girl. You came all the way from...
It looked like it.
Athens? Where'd you come from?
Nowhere.
What do you...
I like John Hamm's corduroy jacket here. It's not your standard newscaster or hard-hitting investigative journalist garb. I think it's pretty cool. I'd wear that. I'd wear John Hamm's jacket.
Here for then. The house is empty. Nobody lives there.
Nobody lives there, huh? 4 men in 5 hours with one objective.
Do you like having sex with 13-year-olds?
If you're being asked that question, it's time to rethink your life. Hey, by the way, he keeps mentioning Athens. Where was, one of you is going to know this, where was Jeff Stacy from? Oh, Lebanon. Never mind. Answered my own question. I was thinking, was it Athens? I knew it was the name of a city in another country, but no, it was Lebanon. Lebanon. All right, here we go.
One dangerous and illegal.
Do you like 14-year-old girls like that?
But as we found...
Did they briefly go... What?
Like
Why do they do that? Look at this editing choice. They go into that high saturation look, but it's only for like a split second.
Like having sex with 13-year-olds?
One dangerous and illegal...
Look at what's the point? It's for a split second.
Do you like
That's weird.
14-year-old girls like that?
It seemed like the kind of editing choice that was considered, and then no, let's not do that, and then they forgot and they left that little snippet in. Hey Booze says, you ever see the sting where the excuse me. Hey Booze says, you ever see the sting where the predator drives his car over a huge rock in a parking lot trying to escape and winds up getting tackled by a bystander? Well, as a matter of fact, we actually watched that last week. And that was filmed in La Mesa. And last week, was it last week? Anybody want to clarify? Maybe it was the week before. But I went to that parking lot. Hey, Boo. I went to that parking lot, and either last week's stream or the week before, I shared footage of me, like, here's me in that parking lot. And absolutely, that guy's fucking car launched on that stone. So, Allison Marie Armstrong, good to see you here. Hey, well, missed you too. Thanks for bringing that up. Hey, Boo, that was great. Akoto Jest is here. Hey, Boo, got to be one of the best nicknames out there. You called it, man. Akoto Jest, everybody. Very close friend of the channel. Good to see you here, brother. Thank you for being here.
But as we found, easier to accomplish than you might think.
What? Oh, I thought that's an odd editing choice. Okay. What is this woman's name on the left? Is that Diane Sawyer? I was trying to think of her name the other day, and I'm like, it seems like it, but that's not quite right. Ryan Maxwell, you there? What's this woman's name on the left? Polly's Cracker, what's this woman's name on the left? Barbara Walters. Not Diane Sawyer. Barbara Walters. Thank you, Jameson. Yeah, Barbara Wawa. I knew it would be Polly's Cracker saying Baba Wawa. There you go. I knew if anybody was going to say it, it'd be you, brother. All right, so it's not Diane Sawyer. Okay. I knew it was some OG, news gal. But here we go. How old is this version of The View? It's hard to believe that show's still going. It really is.
The internet is swarming with sexual predators who constantly stalk chat rooms searching for children. But Del Harvey is fighting back by hunting down online pedophiles and bringing them to justice. She's
Matt, lots of The View fans here, I see. Yes, absolutely.
here today to uncover a disturbing world that every parent needs to be warned about. Please welcome, from pervertedjustice.com, Del Harvey.
Del doesn't look too happy to be there, does she? What kind of smile is that?
Please welcome, from pervertedjustice.com, Del Harvey. Del, it's amazing the work that you do. You've been doing it for a long time. We first spotted you on Dateline and were just blown away by the justice that you're actually bringing to our world in doing this. You essentially have been posing as young.
Kat G says she looks uncomfortable as hell. She absolutely does. Doesn't she? Nice do, also, Del. But good to see Del. OG Del. This is probably her pre-Twitter position. By the way, does anybody know if she still works for, if she now works for X, for Elon? Just out of curiosity. I suppose somebody knows somewhere.
Boys, young girls, trying to get these online predators. Before we see you in action, what is it that you do exactly?
Well, essentially, the organization goes into online chat rooms with underage profiles, and if adults then contact those underage profiles and solicit them for sex, we then contact the police and work with them to prosecute and convict them.
To trap them, essentially.
Yeah. Precisely.
Right.
Okay. So once you post a profile in one of these chat rooms, and you're...
Oh, there it is. One of these chat rooms. It's Baba Wawa. Absolutely. Barbara Walters. Had I paid attention to that. Akota just says she was gone pre-Elon. Oh, I didn't know that. Didn't know that. Well, thanks for that information.
Going back and forth. How long
Random Mitch says, and she never got a date with Emily Bix. Adorable Emily.
does it take before someone who is perverted comes on the scene? Is this a long process?
It depends on the area, but it can be as soon as 2 minutes,
Really?
5 minutes.
And then what do you do?
Essentially, you just have a conversation and you see where they start taking it. If it's, you know, oh, well, house school, all right, you're really young, have a good day, be careful on the internet.
She has quite the head of hair, does she not? It's voluminous. She listens to a lot of Katie Lang. I would venture a guess that she does. Hey, FFOP Radio's here. I work with a girl who looks and sounds exactly like Dell. I haven't brought it up yet. Oh, you should bring it up. Dell's a great person to be compared to. Look at her little upturned nose. She's adorable. She's a little cutie. I wouldn't be offended if I was if I was compared to Dell, or would I? No, I probably wouldn't.
Great. If it's house school, are you home alone?
Yeah.
What your parents do? Then
Then
you
what
start
do you
getting
do?
concerned. You actually just go ahead and maintain the conversation. We're very careful not to initiate things because even though we're not law enforcement, we adhere to the standards of law enforcement to ensure that it's easy to prosecute the case.
Anybody here believe that? Well, I think that they attempted to adhere to the strict guidelines that law enforcement has to adhere to, but especially with Xavier. Xavier's such a piece of work, man. I don't think that he concerned himself too much with adhering to the rules of law enforcement. And case in point, how many of these guys that were showcased on To Catch a Predator, were let go because the district attorney would say, you know what, this reeks of civil rights violation. I'm not pursuing this. How about the hard drives that were mysteriously wiped or gone missing or something? What were they hiding? Because I'll tell you what, I'll bet my last dollar that those hard drives were not, oops. They didn't. No, Michael Seibert didn't walk in there and accidentally wipe them, or throw them away, throw their entire computer right away after making 12 dozen cookies. But anyways, that's my side note on Dell suggesting that we're very careful to very mindful of the rules and regulations so that it's easier to prosecute these guys. Control-Alt-Delete says, ask Mr. Science.
Cases. Because the last thing we want to do is make it more difficult
So you
to
have
put people in
training
jail.
for this?
Oh, yeah. We
Real
actually now
training,
train
yeah.
police
And
departments.
when is it exactly that they start arresting these guys? When does the justice come in and able to take them away?
Well, essentially what we do is say that they say, okay, I want to meet you. Then we'll contact the police and say, okay, we've got someone.
coming over.
Where do you want him to meet us? And they'll say, okay, take him to the park at 4 o'clock. And we'll say, I'm going to be out from school early. I'll meet you at the park at 4 o'clock. They go to the park and
Police are there.
police
But
are
they
there.
have to meet.
proof?
You can't just do it. You
Absolutely.
can't just do it from the chat.
Not true. You can do it from the chat.
In some
because
states?
if you have solicited a child for sex online, that's illegal in a number of states. And if you sent pornography, a lot of them will masturbate on webcam for the child.
Oh,
That's evident.
Dell going hard on The View. Look at Joy Behar. She is looking uncomfortable. Ew. Masturbating predators.
Absolutely. If you have screen caps
And
of
the
that.
intent. So the intent is
Absolutely.
enough to prosecute these people.
An intent to have sex with the child is enough to prosecute in a number of states.
Aren't
yes.
they wise to it yet, though? Because, people like you talk about it, people like us talk about this, and they know that there are undercover people on the web.
Well, we got 18 this past weekend in Ohio, so no.
The compulsion is enormous, probably. Yeah, because she is in public.
Mary, we have some transcripts of some of the conversations you've had with the
Oh, here we go. Probably transcripts that we're already familiar with. Let's see. Why is The View not screaming about Orange Man? Says August Lyon. They'll get back to it soon enough.
these perverts. And this one is with a 51-year-old man.
Maybe because Whoopi isn't there. Whoopi hasn't joined the flock yet.
who thinks that he's talking to a 13-year-old girl.
Whoa, look at that guy. Hey, Polly's Cracker, what's the name of oh, I just got it, Marty Feldman. Look at this guy with the Marty Feldman face. Tell me he's not looking a little wall-eyed. He's got Lorne face. Standing Lorne face, they call it. Is Del wearing a neck pillow? What hump? Yeah, that's right. What hump? Jesus Christ, Uncle Fester, Scooter from the Muppet Show. Nice call, asked Mr. Science. It's Christopher Lloyd from Roger Rabbit. Holy crap, you guys got some good ones.
I just want to let the audience know that the thing that's so graphic, we can only read you a little bit of it, but the man says, do you like older guys? To which you respond, as the 13-year-old, yeah, they aren't obsessed with video games. No, says the man, they're obsessed with pretty girls. Can you hold for a min? You say K. Sorry about that potty break. Do you think you'd like for a guy my age to taste some of your kisses sometime? You respond, I bet you're a good kisser. I bet you would be fun to cuddle with and hug, he says. I like to think so. Can I ask a really personal question? Sure.
Sure. Oh, no. Here we go, folks.
Asks, are you a virgin? Yeah. Honestly, I have been looking for a young girl. I really don't think I would find one as young as you. You say, am I okay? And he responds, are you okay? Baby, you passed okay a long, long time ago.
And that's the part that we could actually put on here.
Okay, dude. Consider that, right? Am I okay? Baby. What did she say her age? 13? I don't know. 13, whatever it is. 14, 15, whatever it is. And then he says, you were okay a long, long time ago. That means for him, she's nearing the expiration date. She's almost too old. That is grim. That is really grim.
You can't even say what
can't read.
But is that fairly typical of what these predators write to these kids?
It depends on the type of predator. That's actually a great example of one of the most disturbing types, which is what we call the groomer. And by groomer, we mean someone who really tries to insert themselves into your child's trust.
Oh. Insert themselves into your child's trust. Okay.
So they're sitting there telling your child, who may be, 12, 13, 14, your average insecure teenager, you're so smart. You are so mature. You're so beautiful. And the kid's sitting there going, my parents won't let me stay up till 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you understand.
This guy understands
This guy
me.
gets me, they're saying.
Precisely.
Ah, that's bravo, Dell. Well put. Well put. I mean, that scenario is a perfect example of grooming, right? And the mindset of a vulnerable kid, right? My parents don't even let me stay up till 11 o'clock, but this guy, who is an adult, he gets me. He thinks I'm mature. Maybe it'd be okay to just pop out and meet him for a burger or something. I'll probably be okay because he gets me. That's so disgusting and grim. The grim reality, right?
I don't know how you'd classify this next one other than you have said is the worst online predator that you've come across. It's a 34-year-old man talking to what he thought was a 13-year-old girl. And he says, well, how old are you? You respond, posing as the girl, I'm almost 14. I see. Too bad you're 13 because I'm looking for someone. Well, I just feel so empty inside, you write, Is it ever going to get any better? He writes, it doesn't. He writes again, I'm looking for a younger, submissive female to train. You write,
oh, this is the fleet captain. This is the fleet captain. This is the guy who gets voted, widely voted the most, disgusting and vile chat on the Perverted Justice website. There it is, fleet captain.
what does that mean? Well, she's a girl that allows another man to take control of her. Girl writes, I just want to feel safe. Man writes, but if I did this, it would have to be done in secret and you would have to be totally submissive. What are you going to train me to do, you write? He says, to be my slave girl. What do I do, though? You'll find out. It will take some time for the training. But at the very base, you are my woman. Sad girl says, okay. He says, you like that thought. He's not even asking. He's already saying, you like this thought. First of all, where is this guy now?
Jail. Still in jail.
Hey, Dell deserves to have a confident look on that one. Look at that sick piece of shit, right? Yeah, if anybody is interested in knowing what's, if you didn't already know, yeah, that's widely considered the worst chat on. I mean, and when you think about that, right? If that's considered the worst chat, and we have people like, fuck, give me a good example. Who else is disgusting? What's his name? The Marine that came and asked, where's the dog? The guy with the nervous tick. I fucking, his name totally escapes me. Someone in the chat will know who I'm talking about. Where's the dog? Steve Diabo says it's Fleet Week here at Bake Salmon. Oh God, Fleet Captain. That's right. Jameson says, anybody else waiting for the camera to pan down to see if her toe is bleeding on the rug? I was waiting to see that. I'm looking right now. I'm not seeing it. Crazy Trini was at it. Wonderler. That's August Lyon. Thank you for that. Wonderler is exactly who I was talking about. So Fleet Captain is considered the worst chat log by many people on Perverted Justice website. And we have Wonderler. So if you're curious how bad could it be, it's worse than Joe Wonderler, who wanted to... Oh. Can I even say it? I think he wanted her to do the dog, and then he wanted to go into the... I can't even say it. After the dog. He wanted to follow up after the dog, basically. I can't even say it. It's fucking disgusting. All right, let's keep going.
Sometimes you're a girl, sometimes you're a boy, and you have certain things you say so that you sound like a boy. But for the show Dateline, you went one step further than chatting. You said, come to my house. It wasn't exactly your house, but they came. The cops came waiting to see them there. And we have a little bit of this to show what happened when they actually came to the house they thought was yours. Were you a girl?
Rod effing seriously says Dell has incredible range. She really does. She really does. You mean like cops? I've seen like cops. Oh, that's a different chick, huh? Dell's... Anybody want to tell me their favorite... Oh, slobbery seconds, basically, Jameson. Yuck. Yeah, basically. Anybody want to give me their favorite Dell? My favorite Hanson line, most of you know, my favorite Hanson line is, hey, boo. My favorite Dell line is, bro, I told you to come in out of the rain. Did you not hear me? Yeah, Rod, seriously, right there. Hey, bro, come in out of the rain. Did you not hear me? She'd be a good pharmacy clerk. Interesting, interesting analysis. Ask Mr. Science. Well, if anybody would know, Ask Mr. Science would know. That's it. Rod effing seriously. There you go. That's my favorite Dell line. Hey, bro, you want to come in out of the rain? All right, let's see. They're going to show us some clips of... It's Lee Greer. It's Lee Greer, says August Lyon. Another classic. Another classic. Dell out of her mind, pointing at the monitor. It's Lee Greer. It's Lee Greer.
It depended on the
Then you were a boy. Okay. Let's take a look.
Hey, out there?
Rod effing seriously. Hey, Ken. I really appreciate you coming out here, man. Yeah? All right. You ever get one of those ingrown toenails?
Hey, let me finish brushing my teeth real fast, okay?
Look at... Oh, Dell. That looks like raw footage. Is that from the original episode?
Hey,
I don't remember Dell in a little tank top.
Hey, let me finish brushing my teeth real fast, okay?
Maybe I'm just forgetting. Leon Redbone makes a guest appearance. Yeah, no shit. Good call, Ask Mr. Science.
Just sit at the counter for a second? Okay. What'd you bring me?
I brought you an apple pie.
Ooh.
Oh, Jerry Griffith. I brought you an apple pie. I kind of want an apple pie. You know what? I bought a... Never mind. It's not story time, Salmon. Fuck my apple pie story.
I gotta go floss. I still got something stuck in my teeth.
Oh, okay. Come here.
Did you want to be the cop or the robber?
Oh,
I
don't care.
Just hang up at the counter for a second, okay?
Okay.
So I know I showered once. Did you still want to shower again?
Well, I'm kind of stinky.
That's one of the great Predator lines right there. Well, I'm kind of stinky. I got swamp ass, but yeah, I probably should shower again.
Boy. And they were arrested?
Yeah, all of them are arrested.
And I have to ask you, the whole situation with MySpace, they also look for these kids on MySpace, and I think kids need to know, and parents, this is so prevalent, and kids are under 14 actually on MySpace, and they search for children as their catalog.
How many predators would you say are out there? What's your guesstimate?
Actually, the latest estimations have been that there's around 50,000 predators online at any given moment.
Oh, okay,
and
what do parents do?
They're
I mean,
from
you look at this-
500,000 to 750,000 online per day.
What?
When do they come up with those numbers? I wonder if that's FBI. Probably, right? You would think the FBI would be the ones to go to for such numbers. You'd hope so. You hope they're doing their job over there.
Can a parent?
Wait, Jameson says, Dell to David K. You still up for tonight after seeing your girlfriend? We'll see. Exactly. Cat G, I saw Leon Redbone at Spirit Square in Charlotte, North Carolina back in 1985. Well, God bless you. How was it? I'd check out Leon Redbone in 85. Hell yeah. He was at the peak of his popularity back then, was he not? Jameson, Xavier is feeding her those numbers. Yeah, probably. Hey, Joey1257, what's up, Baked Salmon? Your live streams don't come along often. I've watched them again and again. But for now, I got to see my other brother in Atlantic City, so hopefully you're still live when I return. Well, thank you for that, brother. Thank you for that. It looks like a Koto Jest throwing us a donation. Thank you for that, brother. It's probably going to read it as soon as right after I read it out, but it looks like it didn't read it out.
Kayla.
There it is.
Love the stream. Gotta get back to work. Have a good night, everyone.
Koto Jest, solid right arm, brother. Thank you for that, man. Appreciate the support, and thank you for being here. It's nice to see you here. Koto Jest is one busy mofo, so we don't always get to see him in the chat. Oh, by the way, Koto Jest, if you're still there, I still want to watch the fight in the Discord. So get back to me in Discord so we can talk about watching the fight. Hopefully I haven't missed it. I think it's in July. Anyways, here we go.
Be really careful.
And how?
Keep
What
in
does that mean?
contact with your kid. Be aware if they have a MySpace. Be aware of what's on it. Not only just what's on theirs, but what's on their friend's MySpace.
Yes, exactly.
Because say your kid's as safe as the whole world can be, but their friend has a comment saying, can't wait to see you at school on Thursday, and their friend has their school posted.
Yeah.
Be careful of, don't let them go into chat rooms. There's no reason for a kid to be in a chat room.
Should
if
you
they're
snoop
gonna
on them?
chat, oh yeah.
Yes,
Snoop
definitely.
on them. I'm 24. I'm a betrayer to my generation, I know, but snoop on your children.
Yes.
Del,
Keep
thank
them
you.
safe.
Because
You're
you know
not a
what? With so
betrayer.
Okay. Let's talk about that. Absolutely. I think anybody who thinks that they're betraying their child's trust by snooping on them, you're not doing your job as a friggin' parent, right? Because of this, right? It's too dangerous. If you are not, I'll say it again, if you are not snooping on your child's online activity, you are not doing your job as a fucking parent. Absolutely. And you know what? If your kid gets fucking upset about it in the short term, that's fine. They're not going to be upset if they're upset about it in the short term. If you're a good parent, they're not going to be upset about it in the long term. And, because once they're an adult and they see how shitty the world can be and how fucking dangerous it can be for a kid, they're going to appreciate it, right? So, yeah, you're not your child's buddy. You're your child's parent. All right, rant over.
With so many unseen predators, you are a foot soldier in this cause, and our hats are off to you. All the parents in this country feel the same way. Thank you so much. Our thanks to Del Harvey. We will be right back. Doing it the right way.
All right, good job. I think Del did pretty good on that. She really did. For as uncomfortable as she looked at the beginning there, she did really good.
This is all one side of this claim. Meanwhile, there's a...
All right, what is this? Dayside with Linda Vester. Fox News. Website claims to out potential child molesters.
a controversial website that is being used to out possible child molesters. It's called pervertedjustice.com. Members of its team post.
See, now there's the website as we've come to love it. No, the website that we know and love, with the logo there at the top, way better than that one from earlier. But still, like I said, they still have the guys like this, or like this guy, or whatever it said over there on the right. Basically, the same information, but presented in a much cleaner way.
As minors in general internet chat rooms, and they wait for adults to engage them in sexual conversation. When this happens, the team checks the adult's identification and then posts all sorts of information about that person, home phone number, you name it, all over the website.
Yeah, that's another thing. Let's talk about that. PJ, Perverted Justice, used to post the phone numbers of the predators and phone numbers to their work, and to their home, to their pastor, to their rabbi, and that's pretty hardcore, man. That is really hardcore. But I think after they started working with NBC and Dateline, I think they stopped doing that. I think they stopped sharing the phone numbers. I think I don't know if I heard that from somebody or if it was just an idea that I finally the conclusion that I came to, but I think that they stopped doing that. Blasting out there encouraging people to contact these the places of employment and stuff. They used to be really rogue. It used to be way more rogue than once they started working with Dateline. Although, obviously we still find phone numbers in some of the chat logs, but I don't think that they were as actively promoting. Like, I think that was their MO, once upon a time, was let's find as much information about this guy so that we can have our minions go out there and call their family and get them, fired from work or put them on blast with their community and stuff. Which, is that the wrong way to do it? Probably not. Probably can. Probably will. All right, let's keep going.
Is it a good idea or is it potentially dangerous? David Von Erck is the founder of pervertedjustice.com. This website.
David Von Erck. Is that what they just called him? David Von Erck. I don't know why he went by Xavier, but I think she just called him David Von, right? David Von Erck.
Site we're talking about. Julie Posey is a cybercrime fighter who has worked closely with police on these kinds of cases. She disagrees with the website's tactics. She's with us via phone. She actually had planned to be with us here in the studio, but as luck would have it, her flight was late. Welcome to you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Xavier, I'm going to start with you. You have
I thought she said David. Okay, she did say Xavier.
Have some convictions under your belt.
Hey, Boo, the Tyson-Paul fight has been moved to November. That is the fight I was talking about. All right, well, I guess we won't be watching that next month. Okay, move to November. Oh, man, I can't wait to see that. What do you think, Hey Boo? Who you taking in that fight? I'm going Tyson all the way. I mean, will it end up that way? I don't know. That's who I want to win. I don't know enough about boxing, and I don't know enough about Paul. Was it Jake Paul? To know whether or not he's... Apparently, he's a really good boxer. So, anyways. Linda Vester versus the child molester. Good call, Diabo. Tyson in the second round, says Hey Boot. We'll see, man. I do want Tyson to win. I never liked the Paul brothers. I think they're douchebags. And good boxer or not. Yeah. Tyson unless rigged. Okay, Brick Newton says Tyson to win, that is. There you go.
You have some arrests under your belt. This includes something as early as this past Monday, right?
It actually includes today. We had a teacher in Cincinnati arrested on child porn charges just today.
Really?
Yes.
So what happened in that case that you were involved in?
Well, he was in a chat room, as most of them are, and he was trying to hit up one of our underage profiles. We took it to police. They did the investigation. They found some child porn, and they're now charging him with solicitation and pandering.
That woman looks dubious. Whatever. Oh, he didn't.
You have been, since you've been involved in this website, how many arrests are we talking about?
We're talking in the last just 7 months, over 25 arrests and 6 convictions, not to mention that we helped locate an abducted girl in Washington State.
Wow, you did. Julie, you have also worked with police, although not with this website, in helping them catch child predators. How do you feel about what pervertedjustice.com is doing?
Well, I strongly disagree with it. It leads
On the phone, Julie Posey, cybercrime investigator.
more toward perverted than it does justice. They're not cooperating with police at all. It's more of an entertainment site, actually. You go there, you click on a link of a picture, it takes you to that person's chat log, and that person has a scale, a sliminess scale, as he calls it, and you can rate the pervert, as he calls it, from, I think it's 1 to 5.
I don't know. So far, at this point in the conversation, I'm really not on this gal's side. Why is she a cybercrimes investigator, but she's really seeming like she's anti-perverted justice, which, I don't know. If it was a cop, maybe I would hear them out a little more. But so far, she's almost seeming like anti-catching predators. This cybercrimes investigator. I don't know if she's actually law enforcement. I happen to know law enforcement. All right, and she is coming across as not law enforcement.
And, to me, that kind of gives a sense of entertainment. Anybody that finds entertainment value in exploiting children, I have a problem with it.
Okay, I get it now. She doesn't understand troll. She doesn't understand, the troll community. That's why she's so against it. This is trolling 101, right? This is yeah, okay. Now I get why she's so, in disbelief at what Perverted Justice was doing at the time. Perverted Justice, that site was 100% Troll 101, bait the guy, catch the guy, blast out his name, phone number, everything. Yeah, put the sliminess scale at the bottom. Whoever this cybercrimes investigator is probably not that good at their job, because, why is she in cybercrimes and not understanding trolling, right? So now I get it. Now I understand why she's, the way she is. Why she is the way she is.
Xavier, how do you respond?
Julie Posey seems to be the only person on the planet who's finding entertainment value from our website. We have assisted in 25 arrests, 6 convictions. In fact, in the last 5 weeks, we've...
Wow, this is really early. We have assisted in 25 arrests and 6 convictions. All right, so you know what? At the same time, this was early enough in, like I said earlier, that they would blast out the guys' names and their phone numbers, encouraging their community. They had a chat room on their website, for fans of the website to get together and, uncover, how do we destroy this person's life that tried to, hook up with a kid. So it's early enough that they didn't have any, they didn't have many. He's saying now 25 arrests, 6 convictions. They didn't have many, hooks to hang their hat on, stars to hang their hat on. I don't know what I'm trying to say. They didn't have many convictions. So they really did come across as not assisting, law enforcement. And I happen to know law enforcement. And the woman here on the phone, Posey, whatever her name is, probably just wasn't clued into the fact that by the time this aired, that they had actually helped law enforcement with 25 arrests.
We've had 11 arrests, indictments, or convictions. If you go by the full year with that ratio, we will have more arrests, indictments, and convictions than Julie Posey did in 7 years. Why? Thank you. Because we have told the public, we've told you, the viewing audience, that you have a role. We're not like Julie Posey, who tries to be the cybercrime fighter, doing it all herself.
Okay, AI bot, would you please take a note? We need to look up Julie Posey after the stream, because now I want to know who this Julie Posey is. Xavier is clearly well-versed in Julie Posey. Now I want to know who she is. Let's look up and see what her story is.
We say to you, the public, you can help, and you can help fight this epidemic.
Let me make sure. You have only adults posing as minors. You don't have...
Only adults.
Right. There are no minors working with you.
No way, no how.
Okay. You know, there are two sides of this, of course. And Holly, Julie, I want to just read you an email I got from a viewer who checked out the website. And here's what she says. Her name is Holly. She says, it's been almost 20 years ago since I was lured to Chicago by a child predator who met me over the internet. That's when the internet was a seed and everything online was a chat room. Thank goodness for people who are willing to make sure that no one has to go through what I had to go through. What do you say, Julie?
Well, I say, that's too bad she did have to go through that, but I'm also saying that he is not doing it right. And I will also say to the public that, yes, I do it by myself, and the reason for that is because I know...
Sorry, I just saw Steve Diabo. Xavier is definitely turtly enough for the Turtle Club. Nice reference, nice poll.
That my stuff is quality, and the only reason that law enforcement even...
Wait a minute, did she just say my stuff is quality? What do you mean your stuff is quality? Let's hear this again.
That my stuff is quality, and the only reason that law enforcement even accepts my phone calls is because I have separated myself from the vigilante movement.
All right,
yeah, right.
Xavier, let me...
Xavier is such a dick, man. Yeah, right.
In all seriousness, because we're talking about children here, we're talking about their safety, and we're talking about law enforcement. Mm-hmm. In every case, do you contact the police?
In every case, since September of 2004, we contacted police. Unlike Julie Posey, we don't take donations. We don't ask.
Oh, there you go. There you go. So pre-2004, they were not contacting law enforcement. So I wonder if this Posey, Susie Posey, what was it? Julie Posey? Parker Posey? I'm not sure what her name is. Something Posey. She may have not been, aware that there was changes made in the perverted justice methods, and that they were actually contacting police at this point. Because pre-police contact, it was pure trolling and exposing dudes by, basically being trolls, right? Not doing anything that helps society other than, contacting people's families and places of work and then, guffawing at them. But in the long run, not doing anything really to change the landscape of the internet and, predation on the internet. Ask Mr. Science says, Karen before Karens were a thing. That's right. Ask Mr. Science, I'm with you. Ask Mr. Science says, I fight predators by mocking them online more than a decade after the fact. Exactly. That's how I do it as well.
For money. We haven't turned our group into a link to our own online store.
Okay. So let's not make this a personal
attack.
Wait.
What do you say about their online store?
Unlike Julie Posey, we don't take donations. We don't ask for money. We haven't turned our group into a link to our own online store.
I'm gonna cry foul on that. I'm gonna cry bullshit. You guys sold shirts. You guys remember the T-shirt that was always shown on the Perverted Justice website? Touch no child's behind. It's awful. You were not... Okay, yeah, it was a link to your store. You did have a link to your store. But maybe at this point, maybe they didn't. But it's still just as ridiculous. Because to say something like this and then eventually put a link to a store, touch no child's behind. That is awful.
Okay, so let's not make this a personal attack on each other, because we're really about, everyone here wants to make sure that we protect the kids. Here's another, this is another email on the other side, and this one's for you, Xavier. This is from Bill Rem. He says, at first glance, perverted justice seems like a great idea, but the actions that the people at PJ take go far beyond simply outing someone. They take the nuclear bomb approach and negatively affect innocent lives as well. And I did some searching, and there was actually like the case of a woman, a Milwaukee banker. Her phone number was posted through your site, and she had nothing to do with the person you were after.
Actually, in that case, it was a phone number who was posted of someone else. The phone number was then canceled and recirculated. Had she just contacted us, we would have took it down immediately. But instead, she went straight to the media. As for these people...
Okay, dude, that doesn't fucking clear it up, though, man. You guys had a number on your website to an innocent person, and she was inundated with calls, right? Can you imagine? Let me ask you this. Can you imagine somebody reading a chat log, encountering a phone number in that chat log, and then calling that number years after the... Let's get back to the video here.
Being innocent, they're soliciting children. You read the chat logs yourselves. We don't hide anything. We want you to be aware of what we do and what happens. It's an educational service.
Xavier Von Erck and Julie Posey, thank you both for being part of this discussion. If you'd like to give us your comments on this, please go to our webpage, dayside at, foxnews.com/dayside. Let us know what you think.
The internet is a tool for...
Okay, that was an interesting conversation, but it does expose just how much of a cocky bastard, Xavier is / was. Yeah, Brick Newton, what weirdo would do that? I don't know. I don't know. You know what? You're one of those weirdos.
For education, research, and entertainment.
But it also can pose a danger to your children. The problem, men surfing the net looking for children for sex. A 5i team investigation.
The 5i team. I love it, man. The 5i team with Brick Newton.
Now, sheds new light on this problem in a way we think you'll agree has never been done before here in the Valley.
Could they lower the resolution a bit? Yeah. I wish they would. The sharpness, it's so sharp. It's like 5K, man. It's like 6K.
Morgan Lowe has the story you'll see only on CBS 5 News.
John, over the course of 2 days, we surfed internet chat rooms and
save some pixels for the rest of us. Jesus, guys.
Watched as a computer expert pose as an underage girl. These are the same chat rooms your children probably use to communicate with friends. But while we were online, we were contacted at any given time by as many as 20 different men asking us about sex. 10 of those men took it one step further.
It's 11 o'clock on a Sunday night, and a 39-year-old man arrives at a Phoenix home planning to have sex with a 14-year-old girl.
Okay, they got the camera in the carport here. So this is without perverted justice. This is just investigative journalists doing it on their own, basing it off of what they've seen others do. Basing it off of perverted justice, maybe basing it off of earlier John Hamm and what he was doing.
He brought booze. He thinks she's home alone, and he's not the only one.
Not a pedophile.
Over the course of just...
I think I was doing his best Xavier impersonation with his leather jacket.
He thinks she's home alone, and he's not the only one.
This guy right here with his leather jacket. I'm not a predator. I'm not an actual predator, sir. Oh, you're just a pretend predator. Who's he look like here? He looks like a ice truck killer with his kind bud.
Pedophile.
Over the course of just 2 days, 10 men came to this home hoping for sex with young girls. But that's not what they found.
Where you going, buddy?
Who are you here to see?
I don't know.
When they showed up,
13-year-old girl you want to have sex with you.
They had the surprise of their lives.
What the hell is this?
He quickly comes up with a disguise.
Over.
That wasn't me.
And over.
Why don't you just explain why you're here?
And over again.
I'm mad at myself.
CBS 5 rented a house in Central Phoenix. We wired it with high-speed internet and hidden cameras to show you...
You weren't kidding when you said you had a big house.
What could happen in your home with a child and the internet? We got some help from this man.
It never fails to surprise me.
Oh, this perverted justice. Yeah, but look at, there's that old font. Broadway and Impact in the same logo. Mixing fonts. But who is this? This is not Xavier, and it's not Frag.
How easy it is to get these guys to show.
Huh.
He calls himself Frank Fencepost, and he's the co-founder of a website named PervertedJustice.com.
There you go. Okay, well, now
he
we know.
and his group target internet sex predators.
In the last year and a half, PervertedJustice.com has caught nearly 600 men online trolling for underage females to have sexual encounters with.
Frank assumes the online identity of a teenage or preteen girl and patrols internet chat rooms popular with young people.
Little Molly Molly 602. Little Molly Molly. See what I mean? Their names are always so obvious, man. If you are in an adult chat room, it'd be so easy to pick out someone in there trolling to try and catch preds. Be like, I see you. I see you. I'm not going to talk to you, little 13-year-old. Hey, you still there? Yeah. Oh, hey, you still there? Yeah. It's not the house with the rainbow flag. It's the one right next to it with the same driveway, okay?
But he's looking for men interested in children. Men like the one in the beginning of our story. Online, his name is MXDoc2001.
I'm going to have to look that up. MXDoc2001. Let me write that down. MXDoc2001. That's for after the stream. I got to look that up.
And he posted a picture of himself on the web. He starts in on a chat with someone
I'm really curious to know how far back this goes.
He thinks is a 14-year-old girl. Much of the transcript is too sexually explicit for a TV audience. But this gives you an idea.
Look at that guy. He looks like a newscaster. You could be standing next to him in a dry cleaner. I mean, look at him.
He asks, what kind of guys do you like? Are you on the pill? Are you the police or related agency? Less than a half.
You know, I had druggy friends that told me if you ask if they're the police, they have to tell you. So, yeah, I basically base my life on the teachings of druggy friends.
Half hour later, he's walking up out.
Oh, there's the rainbow flag. She said, not the one with the rainbow flag, you dummy. Not that one, the one next door.
Our driveway.
It's a little late for a house call, isn't it? You want to talk to us about the online chat you were
He quickly comes up with a disguise.
having? You want to say anything about possibly coming to visit a 14-year-old girl?
In every case, the lure is a young girl who's home alone and could be drawn into a sexual conversation. This man thinks he's chatting with a 15-year-old. After 10 minutes, he asks, do you fool around? The girl responds,
hey, that's Roush's line. Do you fool around?
I have fooled around. He writes, cool. So you want to hook up now then? I will need to stop and pick up condoms. A perverted justice volunteer follows up with a quick phone call.
What are you going to drive so that I know that it's you?
30.
Is that her? Is that the is that Lauren's decoy? Is that the Kayla decoy?
Minutes later, he's walking up the driveway of our Central Phoenix home and into the spotlight.
Who are you talking to
Oh, check him out.
I asked
He's cute though. Built good.
if the police were involved. Were you coming over here to have sex with her? Is that what you were doing? She was 15.
But that isn't exactly true, because 30 minutes earlier...
So you know that I'm 15, right?
She told you she was 15.
I think that's her.
He's not the only one with a memory problem. The man who pulls up in this pickup truck also forgets some key details about the reason he came to our house.
Who are you looking for?
My friend Mike.
Is that who you're talking to online?
I haven't been online.
Yeah.
Less than a half hour
I haven't been
earlier, he was
online.
typing, I'm old enough to be your dad. A few minutes later, so when do you want to get together? We asked him, can you bring some beer? And his online picture...
Little Molly.
He's the man who arrived at the house.
I have never had a conversation with anybody. I don't know what you're talking about or what's going on here.
We'll show you the transcript if you'd like to see it.
I have never had a conversation with anybody, ever.
He gets into his truck with the six-pack he said he'd bring and peels out down the driveway. But not everyone runs away. In fact, some stick around and talk.
I'm looking for a friend of mine.
Yeah, who's your friend? You looking for a 12-year-old girl that you've been chatting with online?
No.
No? Well, let me read you some transcripts here.
The man posted his picture online.
Hey.
During the chat, he asked,
Vivek,
what is your bra
no!
size? Are you a virgin? What time will your mom be
Do
home?
you
What
shave?
were you coming here to do?
She wanted to hang out. I wasn't going to do anything.
But you asked her if she was a virgin.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was, in
Casual.
It's a question. I ask people all kinds of things. Is her name Sherry Twist? I'm not positive that that's her. I just feel like it might be.
Conversation?
Yeah, I swear to God.
With a 12-year-old girl. Do you think that's acceptable?
No, it's not.
Experts say the kinds of things we witnessed, adult men writing sexually explicit dialogue to children, showing inappropriate...
Look at that fucking laptop right there. Hell of a screen resolution. Is that a perfect square?
pictures of themselves and showing up at the home of a child are things that happen all over the country every day.
My laptop is 480 by 480.
According to pedowatch.com,
Pedowatch.com. Now I gotta look that up too. Let me write that one down. Never heard of that. Pedowatch. I wonder if this is Perverted Justice's arch nemesis. In the future, we'll have color displays. That's right. Don't talk shit.
percent of sex offenders use the internet, and 1 in 5 children online gets propositioned.
Dude, how long ago was this? Tell me, 70% of sex offenders use the internet? What do you think that number is now? Wouldn't that be like 100% with an error of, 0%? 1 in 5 gets propositioned. I bet it's more than that. Maybe not anymore, huh? They've probably gotten much more clever. Maybe they are propositioning more than 1 in 5, but they do it in such a way that they go under the radar, and it doesn't work. Maybe they're more clever. 1 in 5, 20%, right? Yeah, I don't know about that number. Maybe I don't have an opinion on that number. The 70%, definitely way more than that now.
For sex every year. Police say parents need to be aware of this very real danger.
I don't believe many parents do understand the scope.
Dude, Sergeant Randy Force, Brick Newton, and Randy Force, the I-Team investigation. Look at Sergeant Randy Force. What a great name.
For the problem.
The Phoenix Police Department and other local police agencies have arrested dozens of men in similar sting operations. Recently, they arrested a doctor, a Salvation Army youth leader.
Look at that guy. Who does he fucking look like? He looks like Gilbert, what's his name? Gilbert Sutherland? He's like, what? You mean to tell me she's not 18? Fuck. This guy's a total kind of dude. Oh, look at attitude. Mr. Attitude.
And this Army National Guardsman was arrested 4 years ago. We mention him because he was one of the men who showed up at our Phoenix home during this sting operation. He thought he was meeting a 13-year-old girl. Some of these men apologized for their actions after they saw our cameras, but others maintain they did nothing wrong.
What are you coming here to meet a 13-year-old girl for?
I was coming to meet her, a blind date.
After this man left...
He's just straight up. He's kind of like the Nick Bailey or something. He's like, oh, what was I doing here? I came to meet a girl. Came to have a blind date with a teenager.
He logged back online and wrote, I certainly hope you get some more men, some real criminals, and you will be wise enough not to put some upper-classy college boy on TV who wanted to make a friend.
Upper-classy college boy. Okay, buddy. Okay, dude. Upper-classy. Did you bring some green? That's all I want to know. His name is His New Beginning. His New Beginning. I gotta look this guy up. Oh wait, this isn't Perverted Justice, or is it? Maybe it is, because they did talk to that Jesus Rocks looking guy. The New Beginning. Oh, His New Beginning. 2000. Okay, I'm gonna have to look his up on the Perverted Justice site. Matt, we even hit a potato camera under a leaf. Nice call. Nice call, brother.
Their explanations may have been different, but they all have one thing in common. They got caught.
It's
Lee Greer. The door of this house believing that they were predators. And they got a little bit of a surprise.
Over the past week, several of the men you saw have contacted us wanting to tell their side. Here's what they had to say.
This man says, it was not me online. My girlfriend was chatting online and arranged the meeting. I was unaware of the girl's age. This man emailed,
Phoenix single
I was
man,
shocked and embarrassed to discover that Annie was in fact a 13-year-old and that this was a setup operation. It was not my intention to meet young girls or have any interactions whatsoever with girls under the age of 18. And finally, this man says, I am very sorry.
He's got a Napa hat. Hey, kids, you want to dress like TV's Brian Fisher 55? Get a Napa Auto Parts hat.
Honestly didn't realize the girl was 15. I wasn't paying attention on the phone
more to driving. Now, coming up tomorrow night at 10, we're going to tell you the story of one of these men. Turns out he was in a similar situation 4 years ago to the day that we caught him. And if you're wondering how you can protect your
I want to
children,
see it.
log on to kpho.com.
KPHO.
We've posted links to websites that are loaded with great internet safety information. For the 5i team, I'm Morgan Lowe, CBS 5 News.
Morgan Lowe. Okay, Morgan Lowe from KPHO. I'm just taking it down. I like to look further into some of these things, but if I don't take notes, I'll totally forget it.
Ken.
What is this?
So, do you have? I mean, this. You know, don't answer this if you don't. But do you have like nice
boobs?
Breasts.
I guess so. I don't know. No one's really ever commented on them.
Wow, that sounds like a kid. That legit sounds like a kid. I hope this is not actually a kid. If that is a perverted justice operative, doing a damn good job. Damn good. Children are reported missing at the rate of 750,000 per year. This is a 2008 stats from the FBI.
Because, I mean, you seem like a sweet girl. I just don't want to, have, being only 13.
13? 13-year-old.
So,
approximately 50,000 child predators are online at any time searching for potential victims. That was the number Dell threw out there too, right? I think so. They got when she was on The View.
If you really wanted to get me hard,
ooh, dude.
You could do.
No. You could, 1 out of 7 children will be solicited on the internet, Department of Justice. Okay, previously it was 1 out of 5, right? 1 out of 5. Now they're saying 1 out of 7. I don't know what to make of those numbers. 1 out of 7 doesn't seem enough.
The reason men go after young people, both females and boys, is as old as time itself. They want to have control, they want to have domination. They want to be able to take what is basically a blank slate and turn it into their own perverted desires. That's pretty much why they step out there. It's an issue of control and dominance sexually, more so than it is anything else.
So, now let me ask you something.
Mm-hmm.
If you were able to come over on Saturday, you wouldn't get in trouble with your mom or nothing.
What was that? 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 10 boys will be victimized before adulthood. This is from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I mean, those are the actual numbers. I trust these organizations. I believe the FBI. I believe if those are actual stats, I believe the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. So 1 in 5 girls and 1 in 10 boys will be victimized before adulthood. That's pretty sad.
You wouldn't get in trouble with your mom or nothing.
No, I mean, she's never around. Like, she doesn't.
In 73% of crimes, youth go to meet the offender.
Know where I am half the time.
It gives them a more secure outlet, whereas in the past, being at a park would draw a certain amount of attention. You had to be fairly aggressive as a predator to do so. On the internet, you can be a passive predator. You can sit, you can wait, you can watch, and you can contact. You don't have to go out into the public. You don't have to be seen.
I mean, I was ready to bash Xavier because he's such a wannabe Kevin Smith over here. But yeah, everything he's saying in this little documentary or whatever it is, he's coming across pretty lucid.
You can just sit in the shadows.
Have you ever kissed a guy with tongue before?
Oh, dude. If you have to ask your girlfriend if she's ever kissed a guy with tongue before, it's time to log off the computer.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most frightening things about him is towards
Yeah,
the end of the
Dell.
chat, he started talking about love. And he said, well, doomed love is the best love. referring to love in which at least one of the people dies. And I'm sitting here going, this is a kid he's talking to.
In July of 2003, an organization run by volunteers. Okay, so this is PJ made this documentary. I'm guessing it's probably what they sent around to police departments, saying, "Hey, we can work with you." It's done pretty well. It's got the vibe. It's got the dark music, and it's got the perfect phone conversation apparently to show the world a hidden threat.
At this very second that we're speaking, we have an individual going to an Oklahoma training facility that we're putting on who's going to be arrested. At this very second we're speaking, we have 100 convictions. At this very second, there's 38 pedophile websites knocked offline. At this very second, somewhere in America, in some jail...
They began to expose the threat and problem with Group Media Bus. Okay, working with Dateline, etc.
The guy is crying because we put him in.
The sergeant and his men, who are staked out in a mobile home parked in the driveway next door, are ready and waiting for suspects to show up at the house in an attempt to molest a child.
One of the best things that came out of that was that we were able to see on TV.
What's on his look at his knives on his wall. He's one of those guys. What's his little he's got a little statue over there. Oh, it's Buddy Jesus. That's what it is. It's Buddy Jesus. I see it now.
The different people who would do this, and we found out that it's not all some sweaty old creepy guy, in the basement, in a stained t-shirt.
Although that is a good description of many of them.
Whatever, or a guy in a trench coat with a lollipop.
We had military personnel. We had a doctor. We had computer engineers. We had salesmen. They came from all walks of life.
They have been criticized for their tactics.
You just want to filibuster,
and that's a problem. This is a misguided, no accountability, out of check, vigilante organization.
I have a question for James.
Lies the problem.
If he would quit talking for a second.
It only takes one kid. How
many
kids is he allowed lives to ruin? Had there been a real child they had a disgusting conversation with and grew, I don't care. I don't care if it's only two. I don't care if it's only one. One's enough.
You ask how we keep on keeping on, we get letters from people who say, you know what? He molested me when I was a child. Thank you for stopping him because I couldn't. He molested my children. Thank you for stopping him. I was married to him and I didn't know what he was doing. Thank you. Before he molested my children.
Dude, is that an operative? They run the gamut. They run a whole age range. It sounds like, or it looks like, they're portraying her as being one of the PJ operatives. Oh, this is the footage we never got, right? We got tastes of it, but we didn't get the it wasn't like a full TCAP sting, right? Oh yeah, that guy. I remember that guy. Oh yay! Wait, who is this? Who is this walking out of the house? Which predator was that? Anybody want to take a guess? What's up, Javon? Which predator is this? Donnelly? No, what's his name? Is this Bob Beaver Hunter? Oh, it probably is, right? Yeah, I kind of look like Bob Beaver Hunter. Yeah, Elliot, there you go. What's his name? Wesley Elliott? John Elliott? John Wesley Elliott? Something like that. Here's he's got 3 names too. What's this guy's name? Can't think of it. West. Thank you, Jeremy Todd West. The Daffy Duck Predator. This is their story. Is there a perverted I bet it never got made. Is there a perverted justice documentary? Anybody know? Yo, Sammy, what's good? What's good with you, Javon? Good to see you, my friend.
My God, this thing is so out of hand. I mean, it is just pervasive. Law enforcement doesn't realize what's going on. I didn't realize what was going on. The public didn't realize what was going on. This thing just happened quietly. It had gotten this bad, and nobody was watching. Nobody was paying attention.
Okay.
I'll talk to you later, okay?
Okay.
You have a good night's sleep, sweetie, okay?
You too.
Okay, it's good to talk to you. Bye-bye, sweetie, bye.
Okay, Perverted Justice, a documentary. Okay, I got to look into this. Perverted Justice. David Yonley. I bet it didn't get made. Which is too bad. I mean, I think I would have heard about it if it had gotten made. Coming soon. Yep. Ah, good intentions. My family can't survive on your good intentions. Homer. Marge. Lisa.
An official at the Department of Homeland Security caught in a child sex sting. Brian J. Doyle, the fourth-ranking spokesman.
Who is that? Who is that? That's Tucker Carlson? Is that Tucker Carlson? That's hilarious. Catching a predator. Predators, God and illegals. Hillary, Bush, and Chavez. They misspelled coming. That's right. That's Tucker Carlson, isn't it?
DHS was put on unpaid leave today after being charged with soliciting sex from a child. Authorities say he initiated sexual conversations online with an undercover cop he believed was a 14-year-old girl. Doyle was arrested Tuesday while he was online, but the story of how he got caught raises questions. To answer some of them, we're joined now by Xavier Von Erck. He's a director of operations of an organization called Perverted Justice that seeks to...
Oh, look, he trimmed up his beard nicely, at least. So that soup strainer he had going.
bring creeps like that to justice. Xavier Von Erck, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I think a lot of our viewers may be confused as to where Mr. Doyle was or was reputed or alleged to be.
No, not Brian Doyle Murray. Brian Doyle. Poor Brian Doyle Murray had fallen hard. That's right.
Online when he was talking to this girl. If you're an older...
Oh, Doyle rules. Nice. Let's all pitch in and get him a new name. Nice call, Mr. Science.
Child molester looking for a child, where do you go?
You would go to a chat room, such as on Yahoo Chat, or you would go to a social networking site, such as myspace.com or livejournal.com, and try to find profiles of what you think are underage children.
And then you email those children and say, let's
meet. Good. Nice catch, Brick Newton. Nice bow tie, Tucker.
It depends on the tactic of the individual. There's a myriad of different ways that predators try to get real children to meet them. Sometimes they just go straight out, let's meet, let's have sex, let's do it. Others are a little bit more cautious and will try to befriend the kid, do some research on what they think is a child, and use that to befriend and then turn it to sex later.
You just named two pretty well-known sites, Yahoo and myspace.com. These are big operations, part of big corporations. They must be aware, as you are, that this is...
LiveJournal, OMG, says Chuckalooks. You remember LiveJournal? That's right. Teaching Tucker to be a predator.
Is going on their sites. What are they doing to stop it?
Yahoo recently has closed down all their teen rooms and is trying to keep teens out of their chat services. But still, they don't have any moderators, and they could still do more. MySpace is actually working, trying to play catch-up now with a staff that tries to eliminate predators from their services. But there's also other sites out there that are just as dangerous, such as LiveJournal, which does not have any policies restricting pedophiles from using their website. In fact, they've said so publicly.
They have said out loud, pedophiles welcome to use this site, or not prohibited from it.
Nothing in their terms of service restricts them.
Well, wow, that's a little over the top. So how do the police, or how do you, who work on this as well, stumble upon, apprehend?
Steve Diavo says Orville Redenbacher called. He wants his style back. He wants his riz back. Nice pull.
Child molesters trying to pick up kids.
It's really akin to fishing. You go into a boat on a lake and you put your hook out, and then fish will come by and come for it. It's pretty much the same way online. You go online into a chat room or on a social networking site and you put your profile up and you just wait. and you will get bites. You will get older men.
Dude, I'm not going to lie. This guy almost looks like it's Brian Doyle Murray. Poor guy. Poor Brian Doyle Murray, I mean. Poor guy that he has to be associated with this tool.
Who will contact you trying to see if you're willing to be with them.
Every time, if you put up a profile of a 14-year-old girl and didn't, say I'm open to having a relationship with an older man, just a straightforward 14-year-old girl web page, whatever that looks like, do you think you would actually...
Whatever that looks like. Apparently hasn't been on the internet much.
Get creeps coming on to you?
Oh, yes. You'd get dozens of creeps coming on to you. Just recently, in January, in California, we had 51 individuals show up over 3 days to be arrested after soliciting our profiles in chat rooms. All we have to do is go into a chat room and sit. We will get predators soliciting us usually instantly, and you'll usually get more than one.
Well, not to ask the same question again, but I'm just a little stunned as to why more people aren't doing something about this. I mean, these websites are owned by people. It seems to me they're, I don't know, that they're not, maybe not complicit, but they have some role in this. If I'm a bartender and I serve a guy who's obviously drunk.
Whoever said it earlier, Von Erck looks like a high school shooter. He nailed it. Absolutely what he looks like. He's going for that trench coat mafia look.
And he goes and crashes his car into a school and kills people, I'm partly liable for that. That's not the case?
Jameson says a sphincter says what? Brick Newton responds what?
It's online?
It's not the case online. There's different court precedents that hold chat servers and people who own websites not accountable for the actions of users on their websites as long as they have a terms of service agreement. So there's really no lawsuit liability yet for these businesses that have these chat rooms open or websites open to predators.
You said that there, on one site, there were 51 people were driven to a house where they were arrested. About how many people get arrested every year for trying to pick up kids online?
It's in the hundreds. So far this year, my organization, PervertedJustice.com, has had about 100 people arrested from January 1st to today for soliciting children online. And that's just us. That doesn't include local law enforcement and, as you see in Florida, with the Department of Homeland Security press secretary.
Does it seem to be making any dent in the weirdo community?
No, because there's...
Doesn't make any dent in the weirdo community? You're one of those weirdos.
Not enough teeth in the laws against them to put them in jail for a long time. For example, 3 of the 51 individuals that showed up and were arrested were back in the rooms within a month soliciting us again because they were awaiting trial, their bail was too low, and they were out, and they got right back on the computer and tried to find a real kid. Additionally, this...
So get right back on the computer again.
Two weekends ago in Ohio, a 47-year-old man showed up to have sex with what he thought was one of our decoys. Turns out he was sentenced 2 days before to 11 months in jail. They gave him a week to take care of his personal affairs, and he decided to try to find a kid rather than take care of his personal affairs.
That's just, I mean, I'm pretty libertarian about almost everything, especially regulation of anything, but, they're wrecking the internet for people who have children, and it's just disgusting, and I hope someone does something about it. Thank you for doing something about it. Xavier Von Eck, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
And there we go. What's that? Look at semen dip. Mmm, yum. Spicy hot spread with garlic. With your legs spread, and I'll blank you right away. Cat G says, don't worry, Lauren's going to take this guy down, especially since he went high profile. Yeah, was that a guy named Kevin? I think he was talking about Kevin Westerbeck, right? He was given a week to get his affairs and details, but instead he went for one for the road. I'm pretty libertarian about it. Almost everything, but diddling kids is where I draw the line. Exactly. I'm glad he clarified that. Well, hey, folks, I hope you enjoyed this. It's a little bit something different. I don't usually do an analysis, but let's give another shout out to Mike Pence, whose channel I got that from. If you want to see more of what Mike Pence has put up over the years, please check out his channel. I'm sure the AI bot can put a link to it. But yeah, if this went over well, if you guys liked it, we'll probably do more of something similar. I do have one last thing to share with you before I go. I want to thank Akoto Jest for coming here, showing some love. Polly's Cracker as well. Ramiro-san, Eamon Ramirez, by the way, thank you for buying Miss Salmon a cafe latte. Appreciate that. And yeah, I appreciate you guys all being here. Thanks for the support. Thanks for the love. I'm going to share a little song with you guys. If you want to get something stuck in your head, this little ditty My buddy Boshti sent this over to me. This is Delicate Steve in a song called I'll Be There. And I think Delicate Steve is one of those weirdos. This may or may not get the stream shut down. It's 3.5 minutes. We're probably good. Check this out. This jam will get stuck in your head for the rest of the day. I guarantee it. And that's it, folks. I love you guys. Thank you for being here. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, again, if you guys appreciated this, give it a thumbs up in the underneath the video. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys all on the next live stream. Enjoy this video, please. Delicate Steve, I'll Be There. Sorry we didn't have a link to it. I generally feed the links into the AI bot. Brick Newton, it's the channel is Anti-Records, but if you search for Delicate Steve, I'll Be There. If I could... Yeah, if I could, hang on a second here. I think I can do this. Let me find my AI bot. There's the link. Now, AI bot, can you put that link into the chat? And I believe the AI bot can put that link into the chat. I'll stick around and we'll see if the AI bot gets that link in the chat. If not, again, there it is. Delicate Steve, I'll Be There. But I suspect the AI bot can put the link. There we go. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Dee Dee. All right, you guys. Love you guys. And I will see you all